Chancellor, Dr. B.N. Tripathi, respected Dean Dr. M.S. Badwal, all the distinguished teaching staff here, and fellow students. I always say fellow students because I'm always learning. I am not going to stand here and speak as an expert per se. My predecessor spoke extensively and gave you an overview of One Health and also Zoonoses. And person, I think the Vice Chancellor will speak after me, and he's a renowned expert, and I don't want to step into his realm. He is a very, very knowledgeable and highly respected person in the field, and you are very lucky to have him as your Vice Chancellor. That's all I can say. I have had a good association with SKUAST-J. I was posted in Udhampur as the commandant of the 3 Advanced Field Veterinary Hospital, which is the base hospital for the Army for veterinary services. And thereafter, I was in Rajouri. So we had a very good relationship with the veterinary college. We even had students coming on an internship for 10 days during my time. I think it continued for some time and then it stopped after that. Students used to come and learn things that you normally don't learn in college because we used to teach farrier, we used to teach those kind of subjects which are not normally taught. And after I went to Rajouri, we used to keep having these Sadbhavana camps where the army used to work for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, giving them support and succor. In very remote areas, nobody actually goes and meets the people there. You have officers who rarely step out of the offices. Pardon me for saying so, but this is the actual truth. The army used to organize these camps and used to get a team from the college here. They used to come right up to Rajouri and various parts of Udhampur and beyond. And we used to run camps where we reached out to the people and gave them a lot of help. And Dr. Badwal and I actually were from the same college, so that also helped in cementing this relationship. And I was just mentioning to him that it would be nice if it was all restarted. I know the brigadiers here, and I'll just put in a word to him and see whether this can be restarted. My organization is working in a very niche area of animal health and welfare. We work for working horses, mules, and donkeys. Jammu and Kashmir has a very large population of working equines, and presently we used to work in Katra. Then we exited. We work for sustainability. We work for a particular period of time and then move out to another site. Currently, we are working in Katua, and we started 3 years back, and it is really great to see how people have adopted good practices of management and good welfare. The minute management welfare improves, automatically the need for treatment decreases. So that's a very nice thing to see healthy animals, people's livelihoods improving, and also the animals are able to, I would say that because they give good employment to the people here, their population also has remained relatively stable in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, coming to the topic, my organization also does a lot of work on One Health. It is one of the core subjects we deal in, strengthening animal health systems and also One Health. And like the speaker before me said, One Health is just not human health, not only animal health, it also involves environmental health. If all three work in tandem and in synergy, then we as humans will remain healthy. It is, I think, 70% of the diseases today are zoonotic. And in the last decade, all epidemics and the one pandemic we had came from animals. Whether it is Zika virus, Nipah virus, all the flus, less equine flu, thank God it didn't come to human beings. They all came from animals onto human beings. Because another reason which has happened is, which is also very important, is wildlife. We are stepping into their domain. We are transgressing into the areas they consider their own. And then the virus jumps to us. First it jumps to the animals, then it jumps to us. And this man-animal wildlife conflict, compounded by climate change, is going to have a huge impact in our country. And to battle that, we are trying to, we are finding out that the antibiotics which we have to tackle the disease, their spectrum is decreasing day by day due to antimicrobial resistance. So all of you young people out there, you have a very challenging time ahead because the drugs available are decreasing. Most of the diseases are viruses which we have absolutely no control on. And coming to vaccinology, it's still very uncertain. Yes, we battled corona, but 10 years hence we'll know whether we actually were successful. But nobody actually knows what are the side effects of all these vaccines which are used for emergency use. 25 years hence, you get to know sometimes the efficacy and the side effects of a vaccination. So it's very, very important, which I come back to the topic of prevention is better than cure. If you have good management practices, follow good practices to prevent diseases, that would be the best. One of the main diseases that affects India, and which is every day you read in the newspapers, is about stray dogs biting children, people dying, rabies all over the country. There's a huge conflict between whether you should keep a pet or not keep a pet, all because of rabies. We have a huge animal birth control program which is designed and kept, but has really not taken off. The fact, actually, before I joined Brook, I worked for a short stint with an animal charity which ran shelters in the ABC. The theory is that if you do 70% animal birth control, you are able to control the population of strays. But in our country, we never reached that, and so we are unable to control the population of strays. We have one of the strictest laws in the country where strays have got tremendous rights. I mean, they can live on the streets and you can't do anything about them. I hope you know that. You can't lift a dog and take it 50 kilometers away and dump it, you can be arrested for doing so. So the idea is to keep them under control, give them an anti-rabies shot, do animal birth control, and then what we used to advise people is put a collar around the neck to show that, this is a dog that is vaccinated, and let it also live in peace. Because we have another part, the civic services don't work, there's always garbage around, so there'll be always stray dogs around. So we have huge challenges ahead of us, challenges which are both social, which are moral. Do you value the life of a dog, or will you value the life of a child? So all these challenges are going to face all of us in the future. And zoonosis is real. It is not gone are the days we think zoonosis meant only rabies or a hydatid cyst. So don't eat uncooked pork. There's so many other things. Every other day you hear some new disease come up which somebody has contracted. There's reverse zoonosis also. There's also where the disease has passed from domestic animals to wild animals and literally wiped out people. I told you I'm not an academic, so I can't rattle off statistics to you, but these are all real things. So you have a very challenging future ahead of you, but veterinarians are always say Superman. We handle so many species, we remember so many things, so I'm sure that we find solutions. The idea is to work in synergy, to work with the human specialists, to work with environmentalists. This is also very important. You can get AMR because you have a very poor toxic waste disposal system, which is carrying all kind of effluents out, infecting groundwater, and you can get it. We don't strictly follow as veterinarians when you go and work in slaughterhouses. We don't strictly follow the withdrawal time for antibiotics. When we are working in dairy industry, we don't strictly enforce that there should be a withdrawal time before the milk is given And we don't have testing systems to check all this. But if we all ethically work and work professionally, we will do a lot to control all these problems that are besetting us. I'm always confident that our younger generation will always bring miracles. And I wish you all the very best. The guidance of, you've got a very dynamic VC. I'm sure you'll do great. Thank you very much.